What's up? Got a competitive goat deck for you today. We've got Goat Control, a really good deck. It was the first deck that I played when I moved over to Goat format and instantly loved it. This version is a great deal different from that version. I think this is a lot better actually. So yeah, let's get into it. So starting off, you've got Scapegoat, namesake of the deck. I do only run 2 though because I feel like 3 is cloggy. I don't like 3 at all, but 2 is really good. And Metamorphosis is probably the best card in the deck because it gets you 1000 Eyes Restrict. Obviously you don't go neg with Scapegoat or some of the other cards we'll get to. Really good. I don't think I'd play any less than 3. You could make an argument for 2, but I really like 3 of this card. Next, you've got Tsukiyomi. So this is your loop enabler with 1000 Eyes Restrict. Also just a generically good card to beat over stuff and use in conjunction with Nobleman of Crossout. Again, you can mess with the ratios. You can run 3. I really like 2. I feel like even 2 is sometimes a bit too many. If you could run 1.5, that would be perfect, but it's impossible. So I really don't like 3, and 1 I don't feel is optimal either, so stay at 2 for now. Same with Book of Moon. Really good card, really versatile card. Can be used defensively, can be used in conjunction with your flip effects to get them again, and 1000 Eyes Restrict. You could bump this up to 3 also if you can find room, but I really like 2. You've got Nobleman of Crossout, obviously works with these guys to get rid of anything, so really broken card in this deck. 2 Magician of Faith, very standard. You can also run 3 of this, that would work perfectly fine, but I don't like 2 lights being knocked out of my deck with Nobleman of Crossout, so that's why I chose to run 2. You've got Sinister Serpent. This is the best target for Metamorphosis. It is searchable. Unfortunately, it's not recruitable in this deck, but you can still usually get to it because you run, obviously, the generic dope draw power that we have in Goat format. Yeah, Sangan searches this normally, but can also search Magician of Faith and Tsukiyomi and a few other things. So yeah, really good. You've got Break of the Magical Warrior, generic spell and trap removal, big beater, all around great card, dark. So yeah. For these spicy flips, we have Magical Merchant. I really like this as it is a light level 1, so that's really good with Metamorphosis and Sangan and Tsukiyomi, and yeah, it's all around really good. It can mill cards into your graveyard, which can be really nice in this deck. It can also hurt you, obviously, but more times than not, you're just adding a spell trap from the top of your deck to your hand, and I'd say it's 50-50 on whether the mill actually helps you facilitate your players. You've got Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. I feel like what this deck lacks, generally speaking, is a big beat stick that you can just pop out. Obviously you've got Breaker, but I do feel like this is a really good card with the way that the format is at the moment. Everyone's running Chaos, including myself, when I'm trying to play competitively. So this shuts them down. It also shuts down Sinister Serpent because it can banish stuff from the grave when it inflicts battle damage. So just all around really good, and it's dark. Next we have a little Gravekeeper's package. So I really like this. Although warriors do run that Ninja Sasuke or whatever card that does fuck over Gravekeeper Spy, I still think this is worth running. It's good, really good against Kaiku. It's good against warriors in general, apart from that card. These are all flip effects, so you can abuse them with Tsukiyomi, and they all have really beefy defense. So if you go against like Beast Down with skill drains and stuff like that, you know that you going to have some form of protection against those beefy boys. The other reason the Gravekeeper's package is good is because we're running 3 tributes in this deck. We're running Command Magician, I believe this is called. It cannot be targeted, it's light, level 6, really, really good. Helps with going into specific metamorphosis targets. Enite Parshath, this is generally running Goat Control, I do believe. It used to be, I'm not sure if it still is now. It punishes your opponent for playing goats. It is 1900, so it gets over pretty much everything. When it inflicts battle damage, you draw a card. Works really well with some cards we'll get to in a second. And Jinzo is a dark 2/4. You don't have to worry about traps when it's on the field. And you can usually Book of Moon it or whatever if you need to use like a Ring of Destruction to get rid of something your opponent controls. So really, really good. The reason we're running 3 tributes as opposed to the usual 2 is because I decided to use double Brain Control and Snatch Steal. Obviously Snatch Steal is also really good with Tsukiyomi. You can Snatch Steal your opponent's dead Magician of Faith, set it broken. Brain Control is really good, obviously with the tributes, but also just for applying pressure and going for game, which again I feel like is something this deck usually lacks in. It can also be used with Metamorphosis and you don't go neg, so it's just a really great way to get rid of a BLS, say for a Gatling Dragon, or any level 4 for a Darkfire Dragon. So very nice, very happy with it. You've got Premature Burial and Call the Haunted. Obviously we're running these big Boiks and Magical Merchant to get them into the grave. So yeah, we want to bring them back. Unfortunately, you cannot bring back Thousand Eyes Restrict, but you can bring back Magician of Faith and then Tsukiyomi, so that is very, very nice. You've got 1 Chaos Sorcerer. I feel like people are starting to play this in, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure Chaos Sorcerer is played in most Goat Control decks at the minute. I'm only playing 1. I feel like 1's fine. Really, really good. You run a bunch of Light and Darks, you run plenty of Light and Darks, so I don't think it's ever once been dead. Do not regret putting this in. You've got BLS, obviously standard. Heavy and MST, very standard. Spell and Trap Removal, Graceful and Pot, very standard. I'm not playing Delinquent Duo because I couldn't find room. It's already 41 cards, and most of the time people don't care about Duo. Everyone's running Thunder Dragon, everyone's running Sinister Serpent and Chaos Monsters, so just decided to take it out. You've got the Staple Traps, Mirror Force, Torrential, Dust Tornado, Ring of Destruction. I suppose Dust Tornado is not 100% stable, but it is pretty much at this point. Just a really good generic spell trap removal, which is important in this deck because Thousand Eyes Restrict is susceptible to back row. You don't really care about what monsters they have on your turn. Obviously, if there's summon a Chaos Monster, whatever, you want to... Well, you can't really stop that. It just banishes your shit, but yeah. Dust Tornado is really, really good. And then you've got Diffusions. So you've got the main boy, Thousand Eyes Restrict. I think probably the best card in Goat format. Obviously BLS is Unreal, but this is like a lockdown card, which BLS isn't. Like BLS usually just banishes a card, banishes a monster, and then dies, or gets Snatch Stolen, which sucks. Which, to be fair, if this gets Snatch Stolen, that also sucks. But and I suppose this does lose to Tsukiyomi, whereas BLS doesn't. But I don't know. I feel like this is a more powerful card generically. Could be wrong, but you've got Dragoness, the Wicked Knight. It's a level 3 for Sangan when Metamorphosis. You've got Fiend Skull Dragon. As long as this card remains face up on the field, negate all flip effect monsters effects. In addition, negate the effects of a trap card that specifically designates this card as a target and destroy it. That old card text, man. Fuck no. Yeah, really, really good card. It's level 5, so you can hardmate this with Enite Parshath. Really good. You've got Reaper and the Nightmare, can attack directly, cannot be destroyed by battle, destroy it when it's targeted, and when it inflicts battle damage, your opponent discards a random card. So really good. Really good for stalling or just knocking that last card out of your opponent's hand to secure victory. You've got Ryo Senshi. This can negate any normal trap by paying 1,000 life points. You make this with Command Magician if you're worried about like Mirrorforce, basically. You got Darkfire Dragon, good with mind control to get rid of your opponent's level 4s, and Gatling Dragon for getting rid of BLS. There are other cards that should be in the side that I've just not put them in because it didn't occur to us really. But obviously with running brain control, you want to run like level 7s like Last Warrior from Another Planet, and the King Dragoon, whatever he's called, in case you go against like water. I just didn't put them in because it's like, I don't know, I don't tend to go against level 7s. But yeah, that's deck. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.